love him. You forgive him. And we'll get into that in a minute. Is that it on 21?
Come.
Go ahead and take me to Matthew 25 and 40, because let me tell you something. The Bible, I will continue saying, it's the greatest book ever written. You have to love your brother to truly love the Most High. Everybody got that?
Come.
You can't say you love God and in that same sentence, I can't stand these niggas. Tired of these niggas. Move away from these niggas. Trust these niggas. It's these niggas' fault. We our own worst enemy. All of these hateful things you spew out to your brother, that's hating your brother. And in turn, you hate yourself. Ain't no way in the world you love God if that's your ideology of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. If you hate Hispanics, black men, you don't love God. If you hate black folks, Hispanic, you don't love God. And if either one of y'all hate natives, you don't love God. Natives, if you hate black and Hispanics, you don't love God. That's what the precept in the Bible is telling you. That is a commandment to love your brother. It's not a suggestion. It's a law. Just like you got to stop at that stop sign, is the same way you got to love your brother.
Right.
But you know what you'll do? You'll stop at that stop sign and hate your brother. That is a sickness, man. There's something wrong with our people. And the beautiful thing is that we have the Most High on our side at all times. At any given time, you can get over yourself and start loving your brothers, man. You can get over yourself and say, you know what? I'm going to do what the Bible said to do.
Right.
You know, I ain't going to shoot this dude up. Be like, look, brother, if that's how you feel, man, shalom. Now, there ain't nothing wrong with you defending yourself. There's nothing wrong with a brother coming into another establishment, seeing a brother, you feel the tension. There's nothing wrong with you. Shalom, brother, what's going on, brother? Stay safe out here. You tawab, which means you good? You good? Yeah, all right, brother, man. That's love. That's showing a positive to your brother. Instead of sitting up there, nigga, man, you know what I'm saying? Nigga over here, man. Who that nigga is, man? Nigga think he, man, I see that nigga over there. Who is he? You think he this, that? Man, that's hate. And in turn, you hate God. Does everybody get that? Any questions on that? You got that?
Come.
Go ahead and read that, Bubba Kasha.
The book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these.
Listen, every time I hear this, I get antsy and cut a brother off. We're going to read this from the top, and I want y'all to listen. Okay? What color are the words?
Red.
This is our King, Yahushua, whom you mistakenly call Jesus, speaking. Listen to what our King says. Go ahead and read that from the top. Bubba Kasha.
The book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these, my brethren.
Hold on. Salakia. My bad again. Just put it this way. If you do something to that bum over there in the cardboard, that black, Hispanic, Native Indian man sitting over there in that cardboard with a bottle of wild Irish rose in his hand, mumbling to himself. In our so-called society, that could be considered one of the least. Go ahead.
Of these, my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
Let me tell you something. You make fun of that bum sitting over there. You harm that bum. so-called bum, and that man is a black, Hispanic, or native, you have done it to Yahushua, according to Yahushua. If you do it to the least of your brother, you have done it to the greatest man that have ever walked this earth. I'm not saying that. The Bible is saying that. This is the importance of loving and forgiving your brother. This is the importance of it. Any more on that?
Wow.
Go ahead and read that one more time for the top, Bubba Kashab.
Come. And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
Let me tell you something. How you think Yahushua feel when you sell somebody crack? How you think Yahushua feels when you sell your woman? How you think Yahushua feels, man, when you put hands on another brother unjustifiably? Just an emotional, weak man, and you feel that you got to put your hands on somebody. How do you think Yahushua feels when you take a brother's life? Murder. Not self-defense. But over some type of petty dispute, or you and your feelings, you've killed Yahushua, man. You've harmed Yahushua. Christians, if it make you feel better, you've harmed Jesus. You shot him. You sold him crack. That's to the least of your brothers, man. You've done that to the greatest man to ever walk this earth. Tabawan, give me John, the 13th chapter, and start at the 34th verse. Oscar War, you hold Matthew 5 and 22. Let me just the importance of this is vital, man. It's not a joke.
Right.
It's vital. In the Bible, Yahushua just said, if you do this to the least of your brothers, you have done it to me. Everybody needs to read that and implement that in their life when we're talking about your brothers and we're talking about your sisters, man, that are black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian. These are not simple people. They may act simple, but they're not simple people. These are the chosen people of the Most High Power's people. You got that, Bubba One?
Oh,
Go ahead and get that for me, Bubba Kashab.
St. John 13 and 34. A new commandment I give unto you.
A new who?
Commandment.
Go ahead.
I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you.
Let me tell you something. That is very, very powerful. That you love one another, number one. That's a commandment. Did everybody hear that? This is a new commandment coming from Yahushua. You love one another, man. That's what he said. Love one another. And then he put emphasis on it. The emphasis on it knocks it out the park. Now, you'll go to the Christian church and they'll tell you don't nobody love them like Jesus. Correct?
Okay.
Don't nobody love them like Jesus. Well, Yahushua just said, love one another as I love you. Paraphrasing, because he says, loved you. Ain't that powerful? Not only are you supposed to love your brother, but you love him like Yahushua has loved us. Can anybody in here name somebody that Yahushua has loved less? Anybody? Does Yahushua, anybody in here, Does Yahweh Shai love you? How did he show he loved you? Go ahead.
He gave his life for us.
His life. His life. Here's a man ain't did nothing.
Right.
He ain't did nothing. But so that we, as former crazy men, can come in here and teach this word. That's love. That's the same love you're supposed to give to your brothers, man. The same love. And we all fall short. We all fall short. The beautiful thing is that we can continue trying, man. Because in this UPK, we got it. We got it. We just got to live up to the UPK under Commander General Yahama. We just got to live up to the way our brothers are supposed to do it and how some of us do it. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is if I got to talk about myself instead of pointing the finger, I got work to do, man. According to the Bible, I got work to do. I go to camp and I'll die for you, brothers. But you know what? I got to be willing to die for that man sitting over there in that cardboard box. It's easy for me to put my life on the line for my UPK brothers. That's easy. But I got to be able at any given time to put my life on the line for a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, or child that happens to still be in that world. You hear me? I still got to be able to put my life on the line because that's my brother. And I'm supposed to love my brothers and my sisters as I know Yahweh Shai has loved me. Right. Because I know my turnaround. I know the change in my mind. I know the change in my heart. Notice I'm still pointing at my mind. Right. I know the change in me. I know the work that Yahweh Shai has done for me. That's love. That's powerful love. How dare I not return that love? How dare I don't do that? It's a man that died for me, that is single-handedly giving me a chance at the kingdom, man. I have a chance to be in the kingdom. Is that heavy? Is that only heavy to me? No. I have a chance to be in the kingdom because a man loved me. And to me, that's how we got to be, man. And I know in the UPK, we do that. When y'all brothers is out there holding Shamar, you know what I used to think? I'm giving my life for these brothers and sisters that's walking by, laughing at me. I'm giving my life. I'm putting my life on the line. Because I'm going to protect that priest and prophet who might just say something that edifies them. Any more on that?
No, John 13:34. A new commandment I give unto you.
Go ahead.
That ye love one another, as I have loved you. That ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another.
Okay, so I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing about Reverend Chicken Stop. I don't want to hear nothing about him. Because he don't love his brothers. You know why I can prove that? He has a church. And he has homeless people all around his church. How many times has that pastor opened that church up and said, you know what, man? I love y'all. Y'all my brothers. Y'all sleeping in here tonight. How many times? We got enough churches in the United States to house every homeless man, woman, and child.
Right.
Enough churches. The churches collect enough money to feed the side of town, the neighborhood that they in.
That's right.
But nah, man, they don't love their brothers like that.
Right.
I know one thing for a fact. I could get on that phone and I could call General Muhammad and Commander General Yohana and get some food. Get some shelter. I can do that. I can do that. They've done that for me. They've done that for countless amount of brothers that I know. When I went to Passover last year, I met so many brothers with the same story. Commander General Yohana did this. Commander General Yohana did that. Commander General Yohana did this. That is a man that loves his brothers.
Right.
I don't give a damn what anybody else say. That ain't nothing but hate, man.
Right.
That ain't nothing but them being so weak that they know they couldn't make it in the UPK. That's where the hate come from. But Commander General Yohana, all of our generals, they love they brothers, man. They love you enough to look at you in your face and tell you the hell off. And tell you what you need to hear. Ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. That's love. Sometimes you're loving your brother when you give him that advice. It's not always a handout. Sometimes it's advice. Sometimes it's reassuring. Sometimes it's a ride to work. It's no telling what it is. But you be there for him. Just like your Hawashai has been there for you, man. When you was in your weak and hard times and you fell on your knees, your Hawashai answered that, man. You know how I know your Hawashai answered that to everybody in this room? You hear.
Right.
You in the truth, man. Don't take this lightly.
Right.
You are in the truth. You are in the same type of setting the prophets of old was in. That's what you in, man. In the same wicked world that's going on, it happened before. Ain't nothing new under the sun, man. Same type of garbage going on. Wars, death. But you are in the truth. Any more on that?
Live.
You read 35?
Count.
All right. Go ahead and get me, did you give me Matthew 5 and 22?
I got it right here.
Okay, go ahead and give me that bubble shot.
Come. The book of Matthew chapter 5, verse 22. But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause.
Let me tell you something. When you are angry at your brother, we talked about this earlier. We got a problem as Black, Hispanic, and Native. We got a problem, man. We'll look at somebody and say, man, I can't stand them, man. You don't even know them. Don't even know them. They may be full of themselves, but you don't even know why. They could be in their own world playing. You don't know what's going on, but you know what? I can't stand them. That nigga looking at. That nigga look at me again. That's anger for no reason. That man ain't done nothing to you. His woman look better than yours, or you wish your woman looked like his. Vice versa. She got a man that you want. He got the new Jordans that you wish you could get. Whatever the case, all of those are not causes, by the way. That's silly stuff. And you hate your brother? Go ahead.
And whosoever shall say to his that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment.
Let me tell you something. You in danger of the judgment. You know what the problem is? People don't fear this book, man. They fear the white man and his law. They fear his book. If a Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian go to court and that judge reads California revised statute number whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-whoop. If you do this, we're going to lock you up. Guess what? People will fear that, man.
Right.
But they'll read the scripture you just read and leave here. I can't stand that nigga over there. Nigga, get on my nerves, man. But they will leave that courtroom. Man, I gotta change, man.
Right.
I can't do this, man. They gonna lock me up. This is something I gotta do, man. I gotta, man, maybe I think I might move. I need a new start. Man, you'll go for the whole new start over that white man law, but you'll totally ignore the laws of the Most High. I brought this out before, and check this out, man. This is very important. The laws in these Bibles, this book has less laws to follow than operating a motor vehicle. It's less. You subconsciously follow more laws driving your car than are in this Bible. But the laws that are in this Bible, you will fight, man. And one of those laws is to love your brother. And I found this to be hilarious. The first thing these Negroes will say on the street, I love everybody, man. Y'all teaching hate. I love everybody. I love everybody. And then say, you know what, man? I can't stand them blood niggas. Tired of them niggas, man. They come over here again, it's on. But they love everybody. The white man laws are making us unbrotherly. Like I said in the beginning, the white man's world, it makes us unbrotherly. Because we can't even see easy things like that. We can't see it, but we'll justify the white man's law. We'll justify it. That white man say, you know what? You have until the 30th to pay this fine. If you don't pay this fine, I'm locking you up. If you don't come to court, I'm putting a bench warrant on you. You know what? They're going to pay that fine, and they're going to show up to court that day. And they're going to be like, yeah, I paid the fine. Here's my paperwork. They're in accordance. The Bible tell you to pay tithes. You ain't going to do it. You ain't going to do it. If you can't, you can't. The Lord understands that. But listen, if you out there doing the most, and you won't give a 10% of anything that the Lord grants you,
right,
then, but you'll pay that fine.
right.
You go to court on time. You will literally punch your work clock in on time for the past 2 years, but can't make it to class on time. Can't make it to camp on time. Late for any function of the Lord. The white man, your job? Man, look. Let me tell you something. You are going to be on time. You're going to clock out for lunch on time. You're going to clock back in to lunch on time. And any warning that he gives you, you're going to take heed to. But when we read these scriptures in the classroom setting, or we read these scriptures on the street, walk right past them. Take no heed to it.
Right.
Don't even consider it. It's nothing.
Right.
This right here is the reason why we have age the way we do. Why we have heart attacks, high blood pressure. It's why we cursed. Because we simply will not follow the law. The laws are for us. They're not for white people. This is what people don't understand. The laws are only for the Israelite. Go ahead and give me that has not dealt so with any other nation, Bubba Kashab. Let me tell you something. It's not for them. They can do whatever the hell they want to do, man. They can go kill people in the church. The white man has killed children in the church. Firebombed the church in the 60s. They've been killing black folks in churches for how long? Bolt the doors, burn the church alive, burn everybody alive. In the church. In Islam, they kill in the name of the Quran. They kill themselves and kill everybody else in the name of the Quran. Go ahead, you got that?
Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob.
Who is Jacob? Let's break this down real quick. Who is Jacob? Go ahead.
Jacob is the father of the 12 tribes of the nation Israel.
Israel. Go ahead.
He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Go ahead.
He hath not dealt so with any nation.
He's not what?
Dealt so with any nation.
Any nation outside of Israel, which we know are the 12 tribes, he has not dealt with them. They do not have to follow any laws. It's not up to them. They can go do all of this, man. They can go to church after having a wild night at the club. We can't do that. We get exposed, man. Things happen to us. We stay on the bottom. And I know as black, Hispanic, and natives, we've asked ourselves, what's wrong with us as a people? We can't even do nothing. We can't elevate. But you know what? That's because we don't know nothing about ourselves. 50 years after slavery, black folks had a couple of the richest cities in the world. 50 years after slavery. When we are a people together, being righteous, we unstoppable. Why don't you study that? Don't just study because of what the white man did. Oh, he bombed it, man. Black Wall Street was bombed and this. Study how it was created. Study who created it. Study how fast it was created. Study all the institutions that was created in that. We are a powerful people, man. But when the difference is we had our own. We were separated from the other nations. We got a little favor. We got a little favor then. Segregation destroyed us when we started living like the heathen. You mean to tell me you're going to let your college daughter go sit at a cafe countertop, get spit on, called a nigger for some food you don't even like? Don't nobody want them nasty, that gross crap they had in there. We had the best restaurants out everywhere. Any black neighborhood you went to back in them days, there was plenty elegant restaurants. You even had your hole in the wall bombas. We don't eat that garbage. We just had to be accepted. We had our own colleges, man. But our colleges just didn't seem right because there were no white people there. We had black people teaching us. It's not right unless white people are teaching us. Or every nigga my age, I said it. Every nigga my age, at one point in their life, man, I need a white doctor, man. This nigga don't know what he talking about. You didn't want no black doctor. You wanted a white doctor's opinion. Oh, man, I got to get me that white lawyer, man. I got to get that Jewish lawyer, man. I got to get that hook-nosed bastard to represent me. This nigga don't know what he doing. White people and their society has justified our existence to us, man. I say this all the time. If y'all, after this class, if there was a breaking news, we found a tablet. And this tablet says that Jesus was black. Everybody, I'm telling y'all, the UPK had 400,000 people in all black the next day. Just because the white man, you know, every time the white man says that Jesus is black, I knew it, I told you. Since 1969, we've been telling you that. The UPK has been telling you Jesus is black. It's old news to us. We've been showing you the scripture. But if Joel Osteen looked in the Bible, went to Jeremiah 14:2, and read the Jews are black. Hey, the Jews are black, you guys. It's time for us to just realize it and accept it. Guess what? Niggas will believe it. Niggas will believe that the Jews are black and that we are Israelites if the white man tells them. This is why you have fake Israelite groups with white people in it. That's why. I ain't talking about our black brothers that got a skin. We ain't on no skin. I'm talking about Caucasians in their ranks. Everybody could be saved. You know why? Because they feel that they're truly doing right because they have white people on their side. You know what? In my studies, I studied our church that I grew up in. And do you know that they have a meeting every year? And they go Alabama, Tennessee, the whole Bible Belt. There's a Bible Belt in the South. And these black pastors go there. And guess who they learn from? The white man. Reverend Porkchop is under the control of a white man. You think your church is black. It's not. He's just handling the black parishioners. Any more on Matthew 5:22?
Oh, Slocky, sir.
Sorry, take your time.
Oh, yeah, Slocky.
Just go ahead and read it from the top.
Okay. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment.
Go ahead.
And whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah, shall be in danger of the council.
Let me tell you something. We don't ever want to be in danger of that council. We in the UPK, we know what that council mean, right?
Oh, God.
You troopers will absolutely learn more about it. You don't want that. You don't want that judgment. You don't want that. All over anger, hateful words, hate, disrespect to your brother. Ain't no cowards here, man. Ain't nobody telling you to be a coward. But just be respectful. If you have a conflict with another man, and you say, Shalom, brother, you know, I'm not with that, bro. Shalom, brother. Let him think you weak. Because guess who you strong in the eyes of? In the eyes of Yahweh Shai, in the eyes of the Most High, you are a real man. That's the way you're supposed to resolve that. Nigga, what you say? I mean, we're guilty of it. I'm not just yelling at y'all. I'm guilty of it. But you know the beautiful thing? The UPK taught me not to do that no more, man. And never in my life would I ever think that I would be able to stop biting into that. Quick story. I went to the store the other day, man. You know me, I keep a little UPK on. I keep it on. Brothers looking at me, you can see them. Laughing. You know, I can just imagine what they were saying. This nigga, man. This nigga think he an Indian or something? This nigga got on fringes, you know, what the hell? This nigga done gone crazy. But when I turned around and I looked them brothers in their eyes, I was like, Shalom, brother, y'all good? Oh, yeah, bro, yeah. I could have been ignorant. Back in the days, I would have been ignorant, man. That ain't nothing but the UPK under Commander General Young. And the Lord saw high enough of me to let me come into the UPK to experience that, man. Me in the world, I was one of them silent assassins. Oh, these niggas laughing. All right. I'd have been outside waiting on them. They wouldn't have known what hit them. Over nothing. But now I can look at them and shalom them and make their spirit feel weak. Make them feel silly. Keep laughing. But this is how you better want to look. You better want to look glorious like the men of the UPK. Any more on that?
Come. But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire.
I keep telling, and you know what? That's one of the hardest battles I have. Because that used to be my saying in the street. Man, you a fool, man. That nigga a fool. You a fool with it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
But we shouldn't. The point is this. As simple and innocent as it is to you, the point is this. Don't say that about your brother. Don't say that about him. Until you, why not try to fix whatever you fussing about? Get that brother a flyer. Hey, brother, check this out, man. I see you looking at me, bro. You know, I see you checking out the gear. Hey, we got classes. You know, Tuesday through Sunday, man, and we try to teach the truth, man. And Black Hispanics and Native Indians are the true Israelites the Bible speaks of. You already had a passion because you know it's true. Let them look at you like, man, do you know how many times I've done it? But let me tell you something, man. It's better I do that. It's better I do that than to sit in my own mind and my own sickness and sit here. Oh, man, look at that sister, man. That sister just nasty. Look at her. Ugh. But I wonder how old she is. See if I can get a number. That's how crazy we is, man. Instead of telling that sister about class and trying to get her in a position to see herself as something worthy. I don't want to get off topic. Is that it on that?
Come.
Okay. Somebody give me Luke 6:31. And as y'all troopers see, I'm going through the milk right now. Because brotherhood has to be looked at as a commandment, not something we should just do. You see what I'm saying?
Come.
It's a commandment. You have no choice. You have to love your brother. When I get crazy looks from speaking at Hispanics nowadays, they might look at me like, this nigga talking to me for Pinchy Mayate. You know what I'm saying? What is? And I still got to speak to my brothers. That's my brother and that's my sister. I got to see them that way. I can no longer see them as being different because guess what? They're as special as I am. They are chosen like I am. And I have to look at them and treat them accordingly. Somebody got that?
Come.
Go ahead.
Luke 6:31. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise.
Wait a minute, man. These precepts, over time, I've noticed something. To me, they become heavier and heavier. If you sit there and see your brother and your sister and you simply treat them how you want to be treated, man. The vast majority of us, especially Israelites, we demand respect, correct?
Okay.
You demand respect. That's how you got to treat your brother. Go ahead.
And as you would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise. For if ye love them which love you, what thank have ye? For sinners also love those that love them.
And the beautiful thing is white people love everybody. Correct?
Okay.
And I'm trying to think of a different aspect to bring this out. White people love everybody. Who cares? They are the sinners. Salakia. We are the sinners. They can't sin, is what I'm trying to say. But they love everybody. Okay? Let's say that white man looks at his brother. Oh, man, I can't stand that white piece of. I love everybody. What's the significance of that? Can anybody tell me? Anybody watching? Can somebody please tell me the significance of saying, I love everyone? Give me a profound reasoning.
A reason why or what?
What?
Like I would say, you loving all the nations is taking away the love that you can have for your brother.
Oh, of course. Mm-hmm. Perfect way to look at it. Mm-hmm. But the question that I'm asking is, give me a profound reason to say, I love everyone. Mm-hmm. I want an Israelite, a black, Hispanic, a Native Indian to give me one profound, justifiable reason. You can't say because God loves everyone. We've already known from class after class that God does not love everyone. Am I correct? Oh. So what is a reason, man? Can somebody out there watching right now please give me a reason? And I want this more than likely to be somebody that loves everybody. You got something you want to say?
I was gonna say, if I could, it's because right here in America where we live at, that's what they push. Like everybody can love everybody can be themselves and just be one.
Yes. But that's not a profound reason. My point is this. There is no good reason for any Israelite to say, I love everyone. Number one, it's not true. That's number one. The white man says that you should love everybody, correct? The white man does not love everybody. He does not.
Right.
He's bombing how many countries now? He's bombing 15 countries right now. You don't love somebody and drop bombs on them. You don't love somebody and do covert operations and kill their citizens. That's not loving people. That's hate. Correct? But he will tell you he loves everybody.
Right.
Now, let me bring it to a head here. The reason why he says he loves everybody is because he wants you to love him. He wants you to love him. So his whole theory will be based on loving everyone. Because he wants black, Hispanic, and Native Indians to love him. Forgive him. Love thy neighbor. In the UPK, we know the white man can never be your neighbor. The white people that live right over there, the white people that live, next door to you, you know what that is? That's the devil next door. That's not your neighbor. Your neighbor can only be an Israelite, correct?
Come on.
Your brother can only be an Israelite, correct?
Come on.
But the white man will tell you to love everybody when he hates most. Tell me one nation that the white man truly loves outside of Edom. Can anybody tell me? Anybody watching this video, tell me one nation that the white man truly loves. And as soon as you pick one, I'm going to tell you some things that the white man's doing to that nation that proves his hate. Just tell me one. Go ahead.
I would say none, but he just says he does so he can use them. Like, talking about us.
Come. Because he wants them to love him. You got something you want to say?
I was gonna say Esau and Moab get along with me. I mean,
Okay.
I know it's it's motives behind it.
Okay.
But, Edom is the devil.
Okay.
But that's
They don't get along.
kind of
Because, first of all, Moab, being China, hates America.
right.
Just imagine this. Imagine if my neighborhood goes to you because everything you make, I buy and I sell in my neighborhood. Okay? Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to tell you, you know what? Can you increase? Because we sold all that, man. But I need that on credit because I got to wait till my fiscal year and I'll square it up with you. And the debt gets so deep that you're like, hey man, hold up. Now we do business. We have a great relationship. I make tons of money off of you. I employ my people, but you're going to have to pay me my money. And I look at you and I say, I ain't paying you nothing. That's what they said. Y'all better start listening to what the presidents say about the debt. When they talking about paying down the debt, they're talking about paying down the American debt. They're not talking about China. They punked China. And guess what? There's nothing China can do about it. Secretly, man, Moab can't do nothing. Because all of them warehouses that they got employing their people, they got to continue making. They got to continue making them TVs and the parts for the computers, the shoes, the knock off this, the knock off that, the knock off this. Because it makes billions and trillions for them. You know what the white men will tell them? I know we got all that debt, but I tell you what you can do. You can come over there off Slauson and Western, and you can open up a little fish market. Okay, we'll pay the overhead and go ahead. That's how he does that. But secretly, Moab hates him. Hates him. Even Japan. Now, I would have thought more Japan would be closer. But they devalue their money. They'll tell you all their money's worth more than ours. Man, don't believe the hype. The white man cannot get along with any other group of people. Historically and today, they can't do it. They just can't do it. Could you imagine, because there's a lot of inhabited land on this planet right now. Y'all know that, right?
Come.
Go ahead.
Sorry, what does inhabited mean?
Inhabited means supposedly no one lives there. But there's parts of this planet where supposedly no man has ever stepped foot on. What do you think would happen if especially America, went and found some people living peacefully in their own little zone, and they got gazillions of diamonds and gold. What do you think the white man gonna do? Go ahead.
Same thing he did to the Native Indians.
He's going to take it from them.
Right.
He's going to take it. He cannot help himself, and he cannot live peacefully with no one. But we're supposed to love him. He doesn't love anyone, but he makes sure we are taught, continuously fed, love everyone. He doesn't say it in the Bible. Anyone watching? Please chime in. Show me where the Bible says love everyone. And it's speaking in the context of everyone. We just read he's not dealt so with any other nation. We'll show you where the Most High does not deal with other nations. Somebody give me John 15 and start at the 12th verse, Bubba Kashab. Okay? We are a people that no matter what we do, it will fail. Unless we follow the law, statutes, and commandments, and we are brotherly, which is a commandment. We have to be brotherly, man. This brotherhood class is so important because it is a reminder to us every Tuesday that harming the least is like harming Yahweh Shai himself, man.
Right.
And that's heavy. That's heavy. That bum, homeless man, woman walking around talking to herself, if she black, Hispanic, and Native, guess what? That's your sister, man. Now, I'm not saying put her in your car and take her to the house. Now, we got to, we have to be, it says be brotherly, don't be crazy. But if there is something that you can do to help that sister, I don't care if it's nothing but positive words. Sister, you an Israelite and you are absolutely beautiful. Right. Care what this disgusting world tells you. You are a princess. And you are chosen. If it's something like that, that's being brotherly to your sister. Not having a funky attitude to your brother is being brotherly to your brother. And that is what we're supposed to do as Israelites, man. You got that?
Come.
Go ahead.
The book of John, chapter 15, verse 12. This is my commandment.
It's a what?
Commandment.
I want you to read the, ultimately go to 14, but we're going to go through this slow. This is my commandment. Go ahead.
That ye love one another.
That you do what?
Love one another.
This has been the theme, man. This is not a suggestion. This is an order. Now, we know in the UPK we follow orders, correct?
Come.
Now, if a brother over you says, go do X, Y, and Z, Bubba Kashah. Khan out of Wakan. Correct?
Come.
Now, this is an order. We should be saying, Khan out of Wakan. Go ahead.
That ye love one another as I have loved you.
Once again, that is, how much powerful do you want it to get? Commandment, love each other. But our king is saying, as I loved you. I said earlier, put that into context. Put that into context being, imagine what Yahweh Shai did for you. You do that for your brother, man. Imagine what Yahweh Shai did for you. Think about it, man. Now, we know in the UPK it's second nature to us. I'm going to die for my brother. Period, point blank. Come on with it. But our brothers that are in the world, guess what they are? Or should I say, black Hispanics and Native Indians that are in the world, what are they? Anybody? Take a shot at it. Anybody? Stay on topic.
They're also, like, can you repeat the question?
Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, men, women, and children that are not in this truth right now, that are in the world, what are they? In the context of what we're talking about tonight.
So they're lost?
Yes, they are lost. But what are they? What are they to you?
What are they to us, or what are they to each other, being that they're in the world?
If they are, okay, a black, Hispanic, or Native in the world that's lost, what do you see them as?
My brother or sister?
They are your brother. Get that man a hand. They're your brother, your sister, man. This ain't just talking about just everybody that's in the truth, man.
Right. Right.
You love them as Yahweh Shai has loved you. Is there any questions on that? Does everybody understand that? This is what we all have to do. And in the UPK, we do that. Our flyer campaigns, going to camp, talking to brothers and sisters, having a spirit, man, of a UPK warrior. You know, everywhere we go, we demand attention, correct? Everywhere we go, we are peaceful. We having fun. Everybody is wondering, who the hell is that? We talk to people, we shalom them, we are a beacon of peace to people, man. But at the same time, they know we ain't no cowards. Correct?
Right.
Go ahead and read that.
Verse 13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
Read that again.
Come.
Start at greater love.
Greater love hath no man than this.
Greater love hath no man than this. Go ahead.
That a man lay down his life.
Do what?
That a man lay down his life.
Does what?
Lay down his life.
What did Yahweh Shai do?
He laid down his life.
He laid down his life. Continue reading.
For his friends.
For his who?
His friends.
Who are our friends? Go ahead.
The Israelites, black, Hispanics, Native American Indians.
They have to be.
Come.
I hope you're not in the UPK with a white friend.
Right.
I mean, that doesn't mean that you can't be, you can't be friendly. And I don't want to use that in a weak way. You could be civil. You could be cordial. White man come up to you in slavery. Hey, how you doing? That don't mean you have to get away from me, devil. You ain't got to do that.
Right.
You can be like, oh, man, I'm cool, man. Just out here slaving, man. That's all. Go on about your business. But as far as you saying, hey, man, check this out. At the class, man, Bobby and Sue want to go have wings. No, it's something wrong with you.
Right.
But there's no greater love than you being ready, willing, and maybe more importantly, able to lay down your life for your friends, for black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. And guess what we do? We lay our lives on the line. Don't take y'all troopership lightly, man. Do you hear me? Y'all understand that? Y'all are laying your life on the line when we are out there. When we are at camp, you are putting yourself in danger. We know that white people love to kill people in a mass way. We know that our people can be very effeminate and want confrontation. How many times have you seen it at camp? Have you ever seen a group of black and Hispanic and Native American men able to handle themselves? How many riots should we have been in? How many? But we lay our life on the line. There's no small thing that you're doing when you out there at camp. And guess who you laying your life on the line for? Not just your UPK brothers,
Right.
but for every black and Hispanic and Native American Indian that walks past that camp. You hear me? Right. Every black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian that every white or non-Israelite walks past that camp and hear that message, every Israelite that they know, you're laying your life on the line.
That's right.
That's what you're doing. You're doing the work of the Lord. And that is love for your people. Understand that. Understand camp ain't no small thing. It's big. You don't think that them white people from Topeka, Kansas, that's walking down Hollywood Boulevard, that hears the priests and prophets of the Lord ain't gonna go back and tell their black friend, man, I've seen the most racist people I've ever seen in my life. You should have heard what they said. They said you were an Israelite and I'm the devil. Guess what? that Israelite might be like, what? You know, 9 times out of 10, they might say nonsense. But they might study. Something might hit their spirit, man. I'm serious.
Right.
Something might hit their spirit, and they might type in the white man is the devil, and here come UPK. We don't know, but we know we have to be out there to do the work. What verse are you on right now?
Verse, I just finished 13. I'm going on to 14.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 14. Ye are my friends, if ye do.
Wait a minute. Ye are my who?
Friends.
Who is this speaking?
Christ.
We are friends of Christ. So we know Israelites are these friends. Go ahead.
If ye do whatsoever I command you.
You are my friend if you do what I command you. And in the context of this class, he's commanding us to love our brothers as he's loved us, which means you'll do what?
You lay down your life.
You'll lay just change. It might be in the cards for him this time. He may not have to come back. He may get it right this time. And maybe enough of them will get it right this time where I can come back.
Right. That's right.
Is that it on 14?
Come.
Somebody give me Matthew 18 and start with the 21st verse. And somebody else give me Mark 12 and 31, and we'll end it with that.
Come.
Because let me tell y'all something. In the context of this Tuesday Brotherhood class, there's no greater love, man.
Right.
There's no greater love. That you will be willing to die for your brother, man. You're going to forgive your brother. Because your brother is that separate people, that holy people they talked about. The Most High Salaki talked about in Deuteronomy 7 and 6. That's you. That's them people who are black, Hispanic, and Native Indian at 10th century. Guess what? They chosen. They just don't know. They don't look no sillier in that tent than you used to look with a goddamn bandana around your head, claiming some white man name, more than likely. Some street named after a white man. Claiming some street where you don't own nothing on the street. The government can come with eminent domain, kick everybody out. But you're willing to die for that street, die for that name. But you won't die for your brother. The biggest misconception about gangs is they're dying for their homeboys. Y'all know that's not true, right? Because if they was dying for their homeboys, every time a police kill one of them, they go kill the police.
Right.
They don't do that. Every time the police lock one of their homeboys up, what they do? They'll be willing to lay their life on the line for their homeboy. They don't. They dying for a concept. They dying for a name. They dying for a theory. When they actually should be ready to die for their brothers.
Right.
Not in no tacky, stupid way.
Right.
But be ready to die so that your brother can come into this truth.
That's right.
Be ready to die so that you can be a man. Listen, could you imagine if 20 people come up to you and say, you know what? I watch you Street Speak. I watch your videos, man, and you saved my life. Well, Commander General Yohana did that for me. He saved my life. For real.
Right.
That's love. Before I met Commanding General Yohana, he saved my life. And he did that because as a brother, he made sure every one of them brothers under him was doing what? Going to camp, going to class, being righteous, following law, statutes, and commandments, having enough love for brothers that when I was in Florida, I had 2 brothers come pick me up that's never even seen me before in their life. Brother, you ready for camp? Come on. All right, you've been coming to class, you've been checking in, we coming to get you. They ain't never met me. Ain't never seen me a day in their life. Rode 4 hours to come get me so we could go down to Miami and go to camp. Man, I ain't never, man, are you kidding me? Never seen no brotherhood like that, man.
Right.
That's brotherhood. Captain out here. Captain Gadar, I ain't trying to get off topic, but I'm talking about brotherhood. Right. Come pick me up. Didn't know me. All he knew is somebody from Florida was coming to California. He didn't know me. Came to L.A. off Imperial and Wilton in a war zone that I was lightweight involved in. Came pick me up. That's it. Never met me before in his life. Guess what that's doing? That's laying your life on the line for your brother. You got that? Go ahead.
Matthew 18 and 21. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him?
Let me tell you something. This right here is overlooked to me. It's explained all the time, but it's overlooked to me the importance. Because we know when the Bible says numbers, it's not actual the numbers that the focus is on. How many times should my brother, and I'm going to paraphrase it another way, how many times should my brother diss me, disrespect me, man, before I'm like, man, the hell with him? Go ahead.
Till 7 times, Yahweh shall...
Go ahead, Shalaki, go ahead.
Come on. Till 7 times, Yahweh said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
Let me tell you something. If I say, how many times? 7 times? Now we know that they don't mean 7 times. It's saying a number multiple times. And Yahweh said, no, 70 times 7, which is a big number of times.
Right.
Once again, that does not mean that you sit there with a calculator and you say, you know what? And you hit the button. If this man here do this one more time, he had that last one, it's over with. I'm done with him finally. That don't mean that. What it's saying is, it's basically, as long as your brother want to do right, you got to forgive him. Now, that does not mean that every time you go out to the bar, this brother just, for some reason, slaps the hell out of you in front of everybody. And you're tired of it. It done happened a few times. He gets some drink in him, and then all of a sudden, he just cocked back and slap you. You see what I'm saying? That don't mean that you're supposed to just go back to the bar with him and get slapped again.
Right.
What that do mean is, Shalom, Yahweh Sham, Yahweh Shabarakatah. What's going on, All right, you going to class? Yeah. We camp together, we greet. You be ready to die for him at camp. You help the brother. Just don't go get slapped at the bar no more. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead and continue reading.
That was it on that one.
That's it? Mm-hmm. All right, now go ahead and let's end it with Mark 12 and 31. Public shot.
Come. The book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 31. And the second is like, namely this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Do what?
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
And we know your neighbor is an Israelite. Now, you love yourself. Even when you so-called hate yourself, you actually love yourself. Now, you take care of yourself somewhat throughout the day. Am I correct?
Oh,
I mean, you just don't run out in the middle of the street and try to get ran over by the cop. You should want that same safety for your brother. You know, you don't eat glass. You see what I'm saying? You don't just attack dogs that you know gonna maul you.
Right.
Now, some people don't particularly like themselves. They're depressed or whatever the case may be. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you love yourself enough to have some form of the self-preservation. Or to, is that the right way I want to say it? You have some form of loving yourself enough to last. Everybody get that?
okay.
Y'all got that? You sure?
Come.
Okay, you don't want to kill yourself.
Right.
Now, a lot of people say they want to kill themselves, but if you notice, you know, I know people that say I've tried to kill myself 5 times. That's almost impossible. You really didn't want to kill yourself. You were just crying out for attention. The point I'm trying to make is you love yourself. You should want that same love for your neighbor, which is your brother. Go ahead and read that from the top, Bubba Kashaf.
The book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 31. And the second is like, namely this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Go ahead.
There is none other commandment greater than these.
Let me tell you something. We've read all night. Loving your brother is a great commandment. Correct?
Okay.
Why do we break it? Why is it one of the biggest commandments broken? We know any commandment broken is terrible. My point is why is that such an easy commandment to break? Do you know how stupid you sound? Man, look. Man, I don't eat no scavengers. I don't eat no pork. I don't eat no shrimp. I don't eat no crab. I don't eat no lobster. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like that weak nigga over there. That nigga weak. Straight up. He weak. He eat pork strip What'd you just do?
You hating your brother.
You just hated on your brother, man. Maybe the Lord ain't worked with him yet. And this is something that I'm not sitting up here spewing at everybody. I got to work on this too. We all got to work on this, man. And that's why I'm not going nowhere. There's only one place on this earth that I want to be. And that's in the Israelite school of UPK.
That's right.
Because nothing else has worked for me.
Right.
When I was into this crazy, stupid, ignorant stuff I used to study, that I won't give no plugs tonight, I did everything wicked under the sun. I can't do that no more.
Right.
I'm held accountable for that. I check into my brothers, man. I'm here for any brother that needs me. You want to talk, you want to go somewhere, whatever I can do to the best of my ability. And I am a work in progress and will continue to be that because I continually want to grow, man. But loving our brothers is a commandment that we should see so serious because it's what Yahushua did to us and for us. We need to work on having that love for every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian.
Right.
Because they are chosen like you. The only difference is they don't know. They don't know.
Right.
But trust this. The Most High could work with them at any second of the day.
Right.
Just like a video can save a man's life like that, so can your words, man.
That's right.
Your words. You saying positive to something, to a brother that might have been out on his way killing somebody. But you showed him love. They be like, man, I'm gonna go home, man. That was love. It's important, man. It's vital that us as Israelites know who we are and know that when we do something foul to each other, we're doing it to Yahushua. And that to me is a checkmate.
Right.
Because you're doing it to the most important man that has ever walked the face of this earth.
Right.
Just real quickly, I want to let all of Israel also know that it's going to be very brotherly for you to come to the Lord's Passover. The Lord's Passover is approximately under 38 days now because the sun has set. It is coming rapidly. And all black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are invited to the Lord's Passover. Once again, I don't have the information in front of me, but I know it is in Yonkers, New York. And whether you are in the UPK or not, you are invited. It's a high holy day, which is a what? Go ahead.
A commandment?
It's a commandment. It's an order. Come to the Lord's Passover, man, and see what we're talking about. True brotherhood of black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Brothers whom have never seen each other. Maybe seen each other on social media, Shalakia, but have never been in each other's presence. Look at the love. Look at the respect that is going to be shown and given to the brothers. Once again, go ahead.
I got the info for the Passover.
Okay, go ahead and read it loud.
Oh, okay.
Bubba Kashab.
The IGPK will be hosting the 49th annual Lord's Passover, March 30th, 2018, sundown till 12 a.m. Roosevelt Ballroom, the location is Roosevelt Ballroom, 2nd Hudson Street, Yonkers, New York, 10:7-10.
Now, let me tell you something, too. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. You don't want to miss it. Y'all gonna see it if you do miss it. You're gonna see the pictures and you're gonna see the glorious brothers and sisters, because we are going to keep this day holy. It is a high holy day. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end the class, but I would like to say we are the Israelite School of UPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And this class and everything we do is only for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians.
That's right.
With that, class is dismissed.
For you ask, I did not see the